It's Week 16 of the NFL. And at center stage, it's the Raiders' towering wide receiver. He's going to be a busy man in the passing game. It's the Raiders and the Broncos. Next on Madden NFL 25.
EA Sports coverage of the National Football League brings us to the capital city of Colorado. We are just about set to get the festivities started, and off we go on this Christmas Eve. Now, here comes a return from the 9. Good return here, brings it up to the 33-yard line. The Raiders offense set to take over for the first time. They'll be led out by the quarterback now in his 4th NFL campaign.
Really solid all-around performance last week, Mike, and I think the biggest factor that led to the win is his ability to continue to protect the football. He executed the offense, ran it exactly how they designed all week in practice. Now, it might not have been earth-shattering performance statistically, but they got the win. If he can continue to play that style of ball, it's going to be a tough group to match up with.
There you get a look at his numbers on the ground a week ago as a part of their victory. They face 2nd down and 7. Tight end going in motion here. Back to throw. That's caught. It's the tight end, Brock Bowers. And that's a first down. It will be a gain of 8. Now, whistles here. Looks like one of the defenders got a head start.
Encroachment, defense. Still first down.
So, a lot of options on the table now. It's 1st and 5. Now they'll set up to throw. He'll go right back to Bowers. He's got it again.
You can see the eyes of the quarterback. He's trying to push this ball initially downfield, but with the defense doing a good job keeping a lid on the coverage, he's forced to check this ball down to the shallow route. But this is something that they know in the future. If I need a couple yards, they can come back to this play.
They'll come up to 3rd and 3. He'll drop to throw. That's a short one, caught by Bowers.
When you're willing to throw the ball short of the sticks on 3rd down, you know what that tells me, Mike? The decision to go for it on 4th down has already been made. If you're able to pick it up with yards after the catch, great. But if not, it's a 4th and short, and you give yourself a realistic shot of converting on this 4th down.
And we will not have a return here. This one angled out of bounds. Here comes the Denver offense set to take over for the first time. It'll be led by the big fella, 6'5" quarterback Josh Allen.
I think the biggest thing that stood out from last week's game was when they went into the game with an initial plan, how quickly were they able to get away from that when they realized it wasn't working? I think they got a lot of unscouted looks, meaning the defense threw a lot of exotic looks at them, blitzes, different fronts and coverages, maybe things they didn't work on all week. So the key this week is understand what is the defense looking to do today and how fast can we make those adjustments if we're not having early success.
Fighting off defenders here. He'll churn forward and pick up 3. Here's 3rd and 7. From the shotgun, it's Allen. And that is incomplete. Keon Coleman, the intended receiver. And it's going to be 4th down. The Broncos bringing out their punter. Fair catch called and made right there at the 25-yard line. The Raiders offense and their quarterback ready to go once more. And he's been a nightmare for defenses trying to contain him all year. The NFL's leader in rushing yards at the quarterback position. Back to throw here to begin the drive. Off he goes.
Well, let's give credit here to the coverage unit, Mike. There was nowhere to go with the ball for that quarterback. He had no choice but to just tuck it down himself, and he's able only to pick up a short gain.
And good work there defensively. It's knocked away and incomplete. Trying to get it to his tight end, Brock Bowers. Now it's going to be third down. They'll look to throw. Throw to the sideline. Well done. Good job with the feet. Stays in bounds. It looks like, and yes, they do, have the first down.
One of the easiest ways to negate these really good pass rushes in the NFL, Mike, is just to simply get the ball out of the quarterback's hand as fast as possible. And sometimes it's by design. Sometimes it's based on need. But really nice job there by the quarterback, getting into the hands of his receiver and then see what he can do after the catch.
And he's brought down after a gain of 6 on first down. They'll work now on 2nd and 4. They'll look to throw yet again. Right back to St. Brown. They connect again. And he'll be taken down. The gain is 6, and it's a new set of downs. He picked up the first down. Contact up front. Did they get one of the defenders to jump?
Encroachment, defense. Still first down.
Following the penalty, they'll run it. And he'll get this down to the 40. That's a nice run, and it's also a first down. Whistles look like the right side got an early jump there. Let's check the flag. To the ground after the penalty, and that'll get the penalty yardage back. He gains 5 to set up 2nd and 10. He'll look to throw. He'll take a shot here, back of the end zone. And that's going to wind up uncatchable out of the back of the end zone. It's incomplete. It is 3rd and 10. They'll send the tight end in motion right. On third down, they'll set up to throw. His throw left side is complete. Following the completion, we'll get a stoppage here for an injured player. Athletic training staff's going to take a look, but this is a problem late in the season. Now Mike Tomlin going to send out the field goal unit. This will be a 48-yard attempt. This one is good. He knocks it through. And the Raiders are out to an early 3-0 lead.
And I think this is going to end up being considered a successful drive, Mike. I think obviously you would have loved to see them come down and convert and score a touchdown. But at the very least, they needed to come away with 3. They were able to do that and take a lead on that field goal.
And he is stopped at the 25. The drive will begin there. So they come to the line for first down and 10. Out of the gun, here's Allen. And they'll get about half of what they needed. It's a pickup of 5 and sets up 2nd and 5. Here's Allen to throw. That's taken in. Keon Coleman. And they'll be set up now. Up past the 40 with that one. McBride is the motion man. Now Allen on first down. And a good effort there defensively. It's knocked away and incomplete. They'll try again here. 2nd and 10. To throw again, it's Allen. He's got his man, it's Mooney. He'll get about 6 before he's taken down. Here's a 3rd down and 4. McBride is the motion man. Allen on 3rd down. And that is incomplete.
So the hope is your 1/3 down conversion from really jump-starting a possession that ultimately leads in points. But after that 3rd down incompletion, kind of throws a wrench into those plans.
This one angles out of bounds, and the mark comes inside the 15-yard line. The Raiders offense and their quarterback headed out for their next possession. And he has come out of the gates hot. He's been on target with his throws, and that's reflected in those numbers as he'll look to keep it going here.
The drag route is such a good way to get the ball early into the hands of your tight end and take some pressure off the quarterback and give him an easy completion. The size and the athleticism allows them to try to pick up more yards, but do it after the catch.
That's caught left side by Bowers.
Defense does a nice job here initially using zone coverage to take away the middle of the field. That's the most valuable real estate in football. Quarterback gets off his first read, sees some openings to the sideline, and him and his receiver are able to connect.
And he's going to wind up losing yardage here, and that will take us to the end of the opening quarter of play. So just a lone field goal in the first quarter of play. It's the Raiders with the early lead. Greg and I back in Denver in just a moment. Here's Ryan Stonehouse now, as he'll hit this from just outside of his own goal line. This fielded inside the 35. And he's going to be brought down after a short return, and that's where his team will get possession of the football. They'll break the huddle, coming up now for 1st and 10. From the gun, Josh Allen. That's to the left side, taken in by Coleman.
Really well done here by the defense, Mike, executing this zone defense, and they've got to be able to pattern read. You're not just going to drop back to a spot and just play like a robot. Based on what the receivers do off the line, the defenders have different rules of where their zones move to. Well, they had that one dialed in right from the jump, and they were able to stop that play really before it got started.
From the gun on 3rd down, it's Allen. He's got his man complete to Dell. And he's going to have the 1st down. So they convert on 3rd down with a pickup of 9.
He's in a really nice rhythm here on 3rd down. He appears very comfortable operating out of the gun, and he's able to find his man near the sideline, and he's able to extend this drive.
Allen going to get it out quickly to Coleman. He's not going to get too far, tackled after a gain of just a yard. Here's a 2nd and 9.
At the Raiders' 41-yard line.
Now a give up the middle, and that won't get a whole lot. Maybe a yard, that's it. We're going to try to pick this up on 3rd and 8. Now it's Allen. They'll try to hit him with a screen. And a good job here defensively. They did not let him get away. He's well short of the 1st down marker. Eddie Pinheiro going to come on to try a field goal now. This one from 52 yards away. Pinheiro's kick is good. And the Broncos will tie the game at 3 apiece.
And that's really well done here, Mike. I mean, everything's in rhythm. A good snap, a good hold, and a good kick ties this game.
This taken at the 5. He'll get across the 20, mark him down at the 23-yard line. The Vegas offense ready to get rolling again. They'll set out in search of a first touchdown in this game. Just a pair of field goals to show. It's 3-3 as they start 1st and 10. And the defense all over this one. They knock him down. It'll go down as a loss of 2.
Well, they try to get the run game started here early on this drive, Mike, and they're just going to have to do a better job up front. There's really nowhere for this ball carrier to go. You never want to lose yards on 1st down, but that's exactly the case here.
He'll get this out to his running back.
They may not have moved the chains, but with what they were dealing with there on 2nd down, that's a really nice pickup because now it opens up your play call sheet on 3rd down where it's a little bit more manageable.
Trying to pick this one up on the ground. And he is going to have the Raiders 1st down. They're able to convert by plenty on that 3rd and 1.
Really just the same approach that an offense would take on a quarterback sneak, Mike. You don't necessarily have to spring them for a huge gain. Can you buy just enough space up front to pick up 1 yard? That's exactly what they did. Pick up the 1st down.
And they'll have it across midfield down at the opposing 46-yard line. Here's 1st and 10. Back to throw. That's out to the flat, and it's complete.
All right, so there's really 3 areas that a modern NFL running back has to excel in. Number 1, the traditional handoffs. Number 2, you have to be excellent and reliable in pass protection. And maybe bigger than all of them, you have to be at least serviceable out of the backfield in the passing game.
And they'll move this ball way down into the red zone, inside the 20-yard line.
These crossing concepts are frequently used, Mike, throughout the entire game, all across the league. And what it does is it creates a lot of natural rubs. You run out the backside of the defense and rely heavily on the yards after the catch, and it's exactly how they're able to pick up this big gain.
That's to the right side and caught by Bowers. And the Raiders are going to be set up. 1st and goal. He's out of bounds at the 6-yard line. Back to the air one more time. He's got his big tight end, Brock Bowers. Touchdown, Raiders. That's the 5th touchdown for him on the year. The tight end using the middle of the field. I got a tight end next to me who's caught 60 NFL touchdowns, knows how to operate down in those spaces.
And that was my favorite place to operate, Mike. I always had this rule. The closer you got to the middle of the field, the worse they got at defending the pass. So that's where I wanted to work, and that's where this guy was working and leads himself to a touchdown.
The kickoff team is out on the field, and we're back to it as the kick's away. This will be returned from the 6. And this will work out quite well. He'll get it all the way out to the 30-yard line. The Broncos offense ready to get back at it. Just the lone field goal for them so far, down 10-3 in this one. And they'll start 1st and 10. And he surges forward for a gain of about 5. They'll break the huddle. It's 2nd and 5. From the gun, it's Allen. He'll look middle and finds McBride as tight end. And he has got this one all the way down to the 2-yard line.
There's a lot of factors that make this play so successful, Mike, and clearly the ability of this tight end to not only find the open space in the defense, but then after the catch to turn into a runner. That is very rare at the tight end position. We're seeing it more and more often, though, over the last couple years. And then the accuracy of the quarterback to not only deliver...
Good blocking and touchdown, Broncos. And hold on to that football, young man. As a keeper, his 1st NFL touchdown. A lot of big bodies down there, but at the end of the day, the one that mattered, the one with the ball, finds the end zone for the touchdown.
Yeah, once that back gets the ball, Mike, he's just looking for a little crack of daylight, and he's thinking, I'm going to run into it and just hope I come out the other side. And in this case, the other side's the end zone, and they get 6.
All level at 10 as this one's kicked off. This is going to be taken in at the 3. Now an opening past the 30. And he'll be set up well as he is past the 35-yard line. The Raiders offense and their quarterback set to take the field once more. Ball rests at the 37. It's 1st and 10. Right away, they'll set up to throw. Over the middle, he's got St. Brown. 2 minutes to play here in what's been an even first half. Greg and I return to Denver after this. A good spot here, 2nd and a yard. Gets it away quickly, and it's caught. And he'll be taken down after a gain of 3, but that is good enough for a first down. Got his receiver on the in-cut. He's got it. They'll come up now for 2nd down and 4.
So as halftime looms, Mike, they have to find a way to capitalize on this drive right here and make sure they end the half with some sort of points. Now, that incompletion, not ideal, but at the very least, it stops the clock. Catch your breath, get back in the huddle, and this next play, it's got to be a gotta-have-it best play call.
That's his 3rd catch of this first half, and good enough for a first down.
That last completion's going to go a long way towards at least finishing this 2-minute drive, Mike, with some points. You're already in field goal range, so now the idea is continue to work the clock down, take a couple shots at the end zone. You want to get points, ideally a touchdown, but either way, you have the ball last before the end of the 2nd quarter.
A fresh set of downs to work with. It is 1st down and 10. In the red zone now. He'll drop to throw. He'll go right back to Bowers. He's got it again. Now timeout Vegas. That is their 2nd. As the clock stops with 46 seconds remaining in the first half. He pulls it in around the 5. And this drive's going to continue. They bring him down, but not before he picks up 1st and goal for his team.
Nothing a quarterback loves more, Mike, than being able to pick up a first down without being forced to push the ball downfield and force it past the line to gain. He settles for the underneath check down. He's confident that his receiver is going to pick up the rest after the catch.
And he's going to be down close to the goal line. Good job defensively to make sure he did not get to the end zone. He puts it up, and it's caught. Touchdown, Las Vegas.
You know, we spent so much time talking about the heroics of a game-winning drive to end the 4th quarter in 2-minute mode. But let's talk about a 2-minute mode, Mike, at the end of the first half. It might not be in walk-off fashion, but I'll tell you what, executing that here going into halftime changes this entire game.
The extra point is good. And the Raiders go up by 7. It is now 17-10. Seven seconds, all that remains, till halftime. And the kick is away. The return team going to let that one go. It'll go through the end zone. It's a touchback. They'll throw on 1st down with Allen. That is downfield into the hands of Keon Coleman. And he's going to be marked down, bringing it all the way to the 25-yard line. Eddie Pinheiro going to come on to try a field goal now. And this will be from 42 yards out. He is 2 for 2. That kick is good. And the Broncos are able to cut it to 4. 17-13.
Okay, Mike, thanks very much. More from you and Greg in a moment. But first, time for a look around the NFL to see what's going on here and what's already been an eventful afternoon of football. These two teams leaving the tunnel, and we'll head out with them. It's time to send it back over to Mike Tirico and Greg Olsen.
Okay, Coach, thanks a bunch. We'll see which team's adjustment's going to pay dividends here. Likely going to play a big role in who wins this one. He fields it at the 8. And he'll work this one past the 25 to right about the 28-yard line. The Broncos offense going to have a first crack at it as we begin this third quarter. They trail by 4. A touchdown gives them the lead. Drive begins with 1st and 10. He'll be brought down after a short pickup to about the 29. Here's 2nd and 9. Out of the gun, here's Allen. A short one here, caught by McBride. And they'll work this close to a first down, maybe just a tad short. You don't need much. It is 3rd and inches. Off the play fake, here's Allen. Oh, he's going to be bottled up and taken down. They got him.
Sometimes, Mike, your greatest strength can also be a little bit of your weakness. In this case, he is so used to being able to buy more time with his feet, extend the play, give his targets more time downfield to uncover. In this case, nothing materializes, tried to do too much, and as a result, takes a big loss.
And the Broncos bring out their punter. They'll kick it away. Now, fair catch called, and he's going to take it out beyond the 25-yard line. So now, out comes the offense, led by their quarterback as they take over once again. And we run you through the highlights here. It has been a very big performance from the quarterback position, instrumental in leading and executing, and now trying to finish strong and take his team to the finish line. Back to throw here to begin the drive. Who else? Another catch for his favorite target. And they'll mark him down just shy of the 40. So from the 39, they come up on 1st and 10. Handoff here, up the middle. And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield. Now after the run, we get a stoppage for an injured player. Athletic training staff's going to take a look, but this is a problem late in the season. Set to go now on 1st and 10. They'll stay on the ground, and he'll push his way ahead for a gain of 2. Drake Jackson out of Southern California on the stop. 2nd down and 8. They'll look to throw. And they'll move this one down inside the 40-yard line.
You can see this connection is just starting really to pick up. They're seeing the game through the same set of eyes, and that is the job of the receiver. What is my quarterback expecting from me? Where does he want me? Be there on time, and it leads to big gains like this.
That'll be intercepted. Oh, yeah. And he's going to be taken down, but there are 1, 2, 3 flags on the field. I don't think this is going to stand. He'll drop to throw. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes.
Through the first half, it was clear. This pass protection, this offensive line unit, they were clearly up for the challenge. The pass rush was non-existent. But here in the second half, you can sense a little bit more urgency. You can see them start playing with a little more speed and intensity, and it pays off there with their first sack of the day.
Work to do now as they come up on 2nd and long. Going back in the backfield. He'll get the carry here. And a nice run there as he surges forward. A gain of 8 and sets up 3rd down. Now they'll set up to throw. He'll try to run for it.
And that's a great job defensively here on 3rd down. Not only taking away all the options down the field through the air, but when the quarterback decides to turn into a runner himself, they're able to converge and make the play and keep him short of the 1st down.
Good snap. Good hold. Good kick. And the Raiders will extend their 3rd quarter lead.
And this is what you want. I mean, you clearly have the advantage, but you want to continue to apply pressure. Can you score every time you get the ball? They're able to do that here. They tack on 3 and extend their lead.
Back onto the field comes the Denver offense. They trail here by a touchdown as this drive will start with a 1st down. Throwing is Allen. That's left side, and that's the tight end, McBride. And he's brought down after a gain of 6 on 1st down.
Brings up 2nd and 4 at the 36-yard line.
Allen going to keep it on the zone read. He's going nowhere. Going to lose yardage on that play.
The decision whether to keep the ball or to hand it to the back happens so fast. In this case, the quarterback thinks it was a keep read. The defense was there ready to stop him. Tackle for loss.
And that is incomplete.
This offense has to find a way to be better on 1st and 2nd down, Mike. Living in these 3rd and long situations, must pass, is not a recipe that their offensive coordinator wants to operate in.
And that is good coverage by the punt team as they meet him and bring him down. The offense headed back out, captained, of course, by their quarterback. 3 tight ends in the game to start the drive. They'll begin here on the ground. And he'll get back maybe to the line of scrimmage, but probably going to be a loss of a yard here. Lost 1 on the last play, so now it's 2nd and 11. Nowhere to go. He is taken down.
The defensive coaches, they preached all week, Mike. They have to have relentless pursuit of this quarterback when he tries to extend the play. So often it results in a great play for the offense and a big pickup. This time, because of that pursuit, it leads to a big loss.
So, backed up after the sack, and now it's 3rd and long. Blitz coming, he'll throw it, and that is incomplete.
You can't fault the quarterback on this one, Mike. He really didn't even have much of an opportunity. By the time he hit the top of his drop and got his eyes downfield, the defense was all over him, and he really had no choice but to just get that ball out of his hand and live to play another snap.
This one, returnable. And he'll be brought down, short return, and they'll take over there. The Broncos offense getting their final instructions before heading back onto the field. They'll have very good starting field position as they set up past the 40. Allen working from the pistol. Oh, no chance there. Under a heavy rush, he goes down.
The key to this play here, Mike, is the anticipation of the snap. Watch how he's able to time the center, and when that ball moves, he hits it. Gets through into the backfield, and he brings the quarterback down before the receivers even got out of their breaks.
Well, that helps. It's going to be a much more manageable third down, getting some good yardage on that second down play.
It's now 3rd and 4.
From the gun, Josh Allen. They go right back to Coleman. He's got it again.
Mike, I don't really even think this is much of a conversation. On the plus side of the 50, I think you've got to keep your offense on the field, stay aggressive, and try to maintain possession. You get field position like this, you want to make sure this drive ends with some sort of points.
And no return forthcoming. It's a touchback, and will come out to the 20-yard line. 1st and 10. Off the RPO, it's caught by St. Brown. Here's a 2nd and 3 forthcoming. Out of the gun, he'll throw. Quickly to the outside and complete. His 5th catch of the afternoon. Good for a 1st down.
Anytime you're facing a zone defense, you're working from your first progression all the way through. But when guys are open in this level, Mike, they don't stay open very long. So what they taught us as receivers, if you're open, stay open. And if you're not open, you better get open quick because that ball is coming out.
On 1st down, they'll run it on the draw. And some space opens as he's brought down following a gain of 6. We're off to the 4th quarter here on Christmas Eve. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL on EA Sports. They'll stick with him again. And he's fighting to try to get back to the line of scrimmage, but will not do it. This is going to be a loss of a yard. This crowd into it now as we get to 3rd down. They send the tight end in motion. On 3rd down, they'll set up to throw. He'll try and get there on the ground. Can't beat those legs. 13-yard pickup. A scramble leads to a 1st down.
Here you are at the end of the game. You need a stop. You find yourself trailing. You have everybody covered, and the quarterback gets loose. Those are the plays that just kill a defensive coordinator. You're about to force a punt, about to get the ball back to your offense. Give credit to the quarterback. He made a play when they needed it.
And he's brought down after a gain of 6 on 1st down.
Just take what the defense is giving you, and you can stay ahead of the chains and just take these easy pitch-and-catch throws underneath, pitch routes, quick game. Now it puts you in a lot more favorable down and distances to eventually attack this defense a little bit more downfield.
Now a 3rd and 2. They'll try to get this one on the ground. He's looking for room on the edge, but could not find any. They track him down behind the line, and it's 4th down.
I'd like to see that running back be a little bit more decisive with his cut, Mike. You can see he was a little hesitant, and once you're late making that decision, you just kind of get strong laterally. Great job there by the defense, and he has no choice but to take that loss.
This one has plenty of leg, and it is good. And that could be big. They now take a 2-score advantage.
So anytime an offense comes off the field after settling for 3, you always have to take the good with the bad. In order to get down there in field goal range, you had to do something positive to move the ball. But at the same time, how are we going to be able to finish these drives and convert for 6 the next time we get down there?
The Broncos offense ready to take over possession of the football. The deficit is at 10, so an important drive forthcoming. Getting started with 1st and 10. And the woes in the running game continue. They're going to subtract yards there. A loss on the play.
Just feels like this has been the story of the day for this offense. Just unable to get anything going on the ground. And a big reason they find themselves trailing, and another loss of yards.
And they're going to track him down. He couldn't find a receiver, and down he goes.
This has been a tough sequence right out of the jump. You work all week on your opening script, and they're usually the plays that you feel the best about to try to establish some sort of early rhythm, but through 2 plays, run and pass, all they've done is go backwards.
Work to do following the sack. It is 3rd and long. From the shotgun, it's Allen. And that is incomplete. Tank Dell was the one he was looking for. And now it's 4th down.
It's rare to see an offense that finds themselves trailing and say, well, their quarterback's been actually one of their biggest bright spots. Usually that doesn't go hand in hand, so it's a little surprising to see him miss a throw like that on a day where he's completed passes at a highly efficient.
A big hole. Inside the 20. And he's going to take this one all the way. 83 yards. Touchdown, Denver. Greg, they are pecking away at this one now. Very big touchdown. Gets them right within reach of pulling this comeback off.
Well, Mike, at the very least, they've given themselves a chance, but can they get a stop and get the ball back again for a chance to go down and really make this one interesting?
The kick is good. Important extra point. The difference is just 3, a field goal here in the 4th quarter. So they've cut into the lead. Now just a field goal behind as they kick it off. Now return coming from the 7. He'll get this up to the 28-yard line. Nice place for the drive to start. The Raiders offense and their running back getting ready to go back to work. And he's had trouble getting on track in this one. Really limited space to find an opening. The defensive front stopping him multiple times. Generally, he has not been a big factor in this game to this point. Motion man is the tight end going right. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. He's got room past the 35. He's going to be taken down, but there's a late flag in the backfield that might give him 15 more yards. So they come to the line for 1st down and 10. Back to throw. That's a short one, caught by Bowers. And they'll get about 4 here as he is taken down. Here's a 2nd and 6. He'll look to throw. Thrown into a sea of bodies, but it's complete. And they bring him down, but not until they get inside the 30-yard line.
A lot could go wrong anytime you decide to put the ball in the air here late in the 4th quarter as you're trying to run out the clock and protect this lead. But at the same time, I like that they haven't gone super conservative. Just handoff right, handoff left, and it just turns into tackling practice. So I like the balance of making the defense defend everything, because right now, possess the ball, protect the ball, and ultimately just run the clock out.
They'll come up here on 2nd down and 5. Up the middle they go. And he'll get past the marker. So he's got a 1st down on that gain of 5. Not much happening there, just a short gain. got his man on the in route. Yes, take it in over the middle. They'll look to pick this up, 3rd and a yard. Putting the tight end in motion. He'll try and throw for it on 3rd and 1. And he's into the end zone. That might be the knockout punch. Brock Bowers. Touchdown, Vegas. So that's his 2nd touchdown of this one. And he's got a half dozen for the year. Everything you want to do right there, Greg, in the 4th quarter. Get the ball with the lead and extend it to a 2-score advantage.
Yeah, and I think this just might end up being too much to overcome. You said it. Once you get a 2-score lead this late in the 4th quarter, there's just not enough possessions to be had to claw yourself back in it.
Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. Here comes a return from the 3. And they'll bring him down just shy of the 30-yard line. The home team's offense ready to take over once more. And look, they've been out of sorts throughout, Greg. They haven't had any answer for this pass rush all game.
Yeah, and it's really showing up in the sacks and also just in their ability to prevent any yards, any completions. This has just been a dominant pass defense performance here, and everything starts with the rush. The quarterback's uncomfortable. The clock gets sped up. He's got guys in his face. It's a lot easier.
And he does a nice job to avoid the initial wave. They're going to get him down behind the line. From the gun, it's Allen. And that is incomplete.
This is one of those situations that plays directly into the hands of the defense because think, Mike, they know this offense has to be one-dimensional. This has to be a pass. So what do? They bring in extra defensive backs. They clog up the back end. And at the end of the day, there's just nowhere for the offense to go with the ball.
Injured player on the field, and that indeed is Josh Allen. Athletic training staff's going to take a look, but this is a problem late in the season. The pressure intensifies for 4th down and 3. Taking off, he'll try to get there. He's going to have a Broncos 1st down as this defense a little too loose there, giving up 19 yards on 4th down. That's to the left side and taken in by Coleman.
4th and short, initially, you could tell he's just trying to get this ball out of his hand quickly, just enough to move the chains. Defense did a good job taking his reads away, so he turns into a runner, puts his head down, picks up the 1st down, and keeps this drive alive.
And they'll move this ball way down into the red zone, inside the 20-yard line. They'll drop to throw. That's complete to his tight end. It's Dawson Knox. Here is 1st and goal. He pulls it in around the 5. And he's going to be down close to the goal line. Good job defensively to make sure he did not get to the end zone.
Great example of 1st down efficiency. You don't always have to go for the big play, but put yourself in a friendly 2nd down. Now you have equal opportunity to both run and pass.
Back to the air one more time. And that is caught in the end zone. He's in. Keon Coleman. Touchdown, Denver.
Well, that was step 1. The offense did their job. Get this thing back within 1 possession, so they're still alive. But now they've got to find a way to get a little bit of luck and find a way to get the ball back, and it's not going to be easy.
The kick is good. Important extra point. The difference is just 3, a field goal here in the 4th quarter. With 1 timeout remaining, all they can really do here is try to recover an onside kick.
With the rule changes on kickoff, Mike, it's just so hard to really expect to recover an onside kick nowadays. There's a lot of people pushing for kind of a radical change to this. Hey, can we make it 4th and 15? Offense gets the go. If they convert it, they keep the ball. I'm not sure that ever happens, but we can see here an onside kick. Not much of a chance.
From the 39, here's a 1st and 10. The defense still with all 3 timeouts at their disposal as the quarterback's down to a knee. 2nd and 11. Victory formation here as he's down to a knee. Distance, but it doinks off the upright, no good. So this one, a win for the visiting Raiders. And it is a season sweep for them. They defeat their division rivals for the 2nd time this year. So that'll do it for us. For Greg Olsen and our terrific team behind the scenes, I'm Mike Tirico. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. Follow us on X at EA Madden NFL. So long, everybody.